internal iliac artery. As I have mentioned that at L4 level of vertebra, abdominal aorta divided into two parts, left and right common iliac artery, and common iliac artery divided into external and internal iliac artery. This is an external iliac artery and this is an internal iliac artery. Internal iliac artery further divided into anterior branches and posterior branches. Let's look at the different branches and different feature of this internal iliac. The first branch that is originated from the internal iliac artery is superior vesicle artery. It is a part of the patent umbilical artery. Umbilical artery, as you know, send blood to the umbilicus to be oxygenated in fetus. As fetus come out, these artery fibros, and remnant part of this artery, the umbilical artery, is known as superior vesicle artery. Vesicle means urinary bladder. It means it supplies superior part of the urinary bladder. Here you can look at the first branch, that is superior vesicle artery. It is an anterior branch of the internal iliac artery. The second branch of internal iliac artery is obturator artery, which supply the structure of lower limbs, medial compartment of the lower limbs. This is a second branch of the obturator artery. Here you can see the inferior vesicle artery or artery to the ductus deferens is a third branch. Here you can see inferior vesicle artery. It supply, as name suggests, inferior part of the urinary bladder. Vesicle means urinary bladder. It means the superior part of the vesicle supplied by superior vesicle artery, which is a patent part of the umbilical artery, and inferior bladder is supplied by inferior vesicle artery, which also supply to the ductus deferens in male. The next branch is middle rectal artery. Sometimes it is not present and most of times it can be seen. Here you can see middle rectal artery and it supply to the rectum. Below the superior rectal artery, as I have mentioned, there are three arteries that supply rectum. The first artery was superior rectal artery, which was a branch of inferior mesenteric artery, and here it is a branch of internal iliac artery known as middle rectal artery. The next branch is internal pudendal artery. Internal pudendal artery also supply the most inferior part of the rectum, hence it has a branch called inferior rectal artery. This is a branch of internal iliac artery known as internal pudendal artery. The next branch is inferior gluteal artery, which supply inferior part of the gluteal region. Here the last branch of anterior part of the internal iliac artery. This is the anterior part, and the last branch is known as inferior gluteal artery. Let's look at the posterior branch of the internal iliac artery. It is a posterior branch. Here you can see this, and this is a posterior branch of internal iliac artery. The first main artery that originate here is superior gluteal artery, and it supplies superior part of the gluteal region. It has branches. The first branch is known as, here you can see the first branch, iliolumbar artery. Ilio means the bone of pelvis, and it supply, this is a iliac bone, iliac crest, it runs along iliac crest. This is a iliolumbar artery and it supply iliac crest as well as muscles. The lateral sacral artery supply the sacrum from laterally. These are the branch called lateral sacral artery and supply laterally to the sacrum. This is the sacrum, bone of the vertebral column.